Good evening. I would like to call to order the Governing Board meeting of August 28, 2012. Everyone is welcome. And I'd like to ask Mr. Lum to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have one substitute to announce tonight. Steve Cresswell is sitting in for George Kakajian. It is time for the citizens' interim, but I do not see any names or requests to speak. Hearing none, we'll go to community linkage. Dr. Campbell, do you have a report?
No report.
Mr. Lum?
Yeah, I'd like to report. I went to the memorial service at Phoenix College for Coach Judge Lamb Jacobson, and I want to comment on just what an excellent job Dr. Sully and the athletic director Smith Ezel did. It was just as best as you could do it, I guess. It was just a beautiful moment, especially when 95 young football students walked up, got on one knee, and said the Lord's Prayer together. So it was just a beautiful service, and it's a terrible thing to lose a man who's touched the lives of so many people in a tragic situation. Also, I wanted to compliment the Chancellor and the Vice Chancellors we went to the district employee meeting. Dana Saar and Doyle were also there, and I thought you did a good job setting the tone for the year, involving them and talking about working as valuing employees and working as a team. So I hope that's how our year will be. And then we went to the groundbreaking ceremonies. This is also Dana Saar, Doyle, and myself. For the Performing Arts Building at Mesa College, Dr. Pan did a beautiful job. The ceremony is nice. It was nice that Mayor of Mesa was there, Mr. Smith, and look forward to seeing the finished project this time next year. And then they went to a meeting on the Deferred Action Program the attorney Jose Penalosa was doing at St. Francis Xavier School. It was sponsored with several other nonprofits, and it was teaching the families in that community how to apply for deferred action and what not to do and not to be taken by lawyers, and just trying to help the students who are very concerned and really wanting to be part of this community. That's my report.
Thank you. Mr. Saar?
He took most of what I was going to say, but I'll add only that we also, Dr. Lum and I, or Mr. Lum and I, sorry, I went to the Gateway campus yesterday and had a chance to walk through the new IE building. Awesome facility, much like a lot of the other new facilities we have on our campuses this year. I can see that helping promote our educational movement for years to come.
Okay. Ms. Pearson?
I just wanted to thank everybody that put together the retreat and the information that we received and the opportunity we have of being able to meet with all of the members of CEC and get kind of a feel of where everyone's at together. I think that's really important for us, that we are able to do that and have that kind of time together. And I really thought that it was put together very well. I think that one of the things I would like to say is that I think we try to cram too much in, and maybe, I don't know if it's a need for more time or if we need to, I don't know, but it was so incredibly overwhelming actually with the information given, and so I look forward to the continued conversation.
I would like to add my comments also about the planning retreat for the capital bond. It was really well constructed. The presentations were great, and I had the same comment. We look forward to having more conversations about that. Mr. Saar and I were invited to a convocation at Mesa Community College back to school, and heard some great reports from administration and faculty at Mesa Community College, I always enjoy the fall semester going back to school, so it was fun to be a part of that experience. The internal community chancellor's report, Dr. Glasper.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, I just would like to make an announcement. A few months ago, I informed you that I had been asked by Dr. Walter Bumpus, the president of the American Association of Community Colleges, to be a part of the 21st Century Reforming Community Colleges implementation team. He has assigned me to be the co-chair of the policy and advocacy agenda for reclaiming the American dream. But in addition to that, he has also appointed Dr. Renee Diaz-Lefevre from Glendale to be the a faculty representative on this implementation team. So both of us will have an opportunity to be a part of the team that will implement the agenda for the American Association of Community Colleges, and we look forward to representing Maricopa.
Secretary's report, Mr. Sarr. Okay. I have, do we have a student life report? Don't want to pass over that. It doesn't appear that we have that report, okay? Faculty Executive Council, Mr. Cranswick.
Good evening. President Burke, members of the Governing Board, Chancellor Glasper, members of CEC, and guests. First, before I begin my message, the members of the Faculty Executive Council wanted me to make sure I sent a public get well wish to both Vice Chancellor George Caucasian as well as our Faculty Association Legal Counsel Mike Napier. Our thoughts and best wishes go out to both those men as they recover from some very serious surgery. As you noted, one of the best parts about the fall is our working calendar. With each semester, we're afforded the opportunity to complete one series of tasks and initiatives and then look forward to setting new goals and working on new initiatives. For the Faculty Association, the excitement of a new year began this summer. The association spent the summer working on a number of issues of interest to the faculty. The energy that we put into these issues, in one way or another, is designed to help faculty work collaboratively and cooperatively to deliver the best education possible to our students. In particular, here are some of the things that we were working on this summer. We just recently held a retreat that focused on a review of our accomplishments of the past year, as well as setting a strategic planning series of objectives for the next few years. We have been working throughout the summer to transition our membership over to a new program that will allow for greater communication among our members, as well as a more stable financial outlook. We've also been, we've reached out to faculty to enlist the involvement and support of interested faculty in a variety of the district's initiatives, including SSE, prioritization planning, compensation survey, and several other district initiatives as well. The Faculty Association has already started work on this year's Meet and Confer process, and we have spent the summer working closely with the Chancellor, the Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, and the Vice Chancellors on initiatives that involve faculty and students. We have also been very active this summer in civic engagement activities as this election year builds to a head. And last but not least, I wanted to share with you the work of the Faculty Foundation once again as they continue to raise much needed funds to assist those students throughout the district who find themselves in emergency situations. Even before classes began, the Foundation was already receiving requests for emergency funds. And as of today, so many requests have been honored that only 1/3 of our fall 2012 funds remain. So far, the Foundation has helped a number of students with emergency situations, including such things as paying for books, simple things like bus passes, shelter, paying for electricity, and basic day-to-day necessities like food and personal hygiene products, all of which help these students stay in school and complete that degree. The work of the Faculty Foundation symbolizes the attitude and the heart of our faculty as a whole. Faculty are concerned about students both in and out of the classroom. And whether it's faculty serving on committees, sharing their expertise in the teaching and learning environment, expanding knowledge through research, or the countless number of ways they contribute to the enterprise, We, the faculty, genuinely care about our students, our colleges, and our community. And we look forward to a very positive and productive year. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Phil Jalowick, adjunct faculty.
Good evening, President Burke, members of the Governing Board, Chancellor Glasper, members of CEC, and our many guests. We continue to pursue our initiatives to facilitate opportunities for adjunct faculty to improve their effectiveness and support student success. One new service we're offering to our fellow adjunct faculty is a peer-to-peer adjunct faculty mentoring system. Adjunct faculty who have been with the district for less than 3 years request an adjunct faculty mentor as part of their free association registration. These mentor requests are posted to our pool of experienced AFA members who have volunteered to serve as adjunct faculty mentors. The mentors review each request and connect with those new adjunct faculty that they can best serve. We're excited about the potential for this service to help contribute to the acclimation of new adjunct faculty to the district and to effectively directing them to the resources to help them meet the challenges they may face. The Adjunct Faculty Association also continues to look for opportunities through which 6,000 adjunct faculty can contribute to the pursuit of improved student success. So as part of one of those lively discussions, one of our long-time adjunct faculty, Indu Mishra, suggested that in addition to our service to the community as educators in the classroom, many of our large group of constituents would be interested in working together to serve the community at large more directly. In response, we've begun our community engagement initiative, through which groups of adjunct faculty provide assistance in charitable activities throughout the Valley. And I'm modeling our T-shirt to go along with that. Every volunteer gets one. Not only is that another way for adjunct faculty to make a difference, but is also a great way to talk about the value of our profession and the impact of the Maricopa Community Colleges in the district. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the MAT group, Carrie Mitchell and Cecilia Quiros.
To the members of the board, district administration, and distinguished guests, good evening. As the leadership of the MAT and PSA employee groups, we have been contacted by several employees in the Information Technology Systems Division with complaints of maltreatment, intimidation, retaliation, and outright abuse at the hands of management, particularly in regard to the ITS reorganization. While we respect the rights of departmental management to administer and allocate resources as they see fit to the benefit of students, the district, and ultimately to the taxpayers, this reorganization is unprecedented in its degree of negative impact on employees, that is, demotions, and apparently the lack of substantiation offered for its justification. In the seeming haste to implement the reorganization, employees have been placed into positions for which there were no job descriptions or performance expectations. People were involuntarily reassigned without proper notification, mistakes which may have been since corrected, and there have been widespread reports of politically motivated promotions and punitive demotions. Statements to employee group leadership and to district administration recount a dramatic decline in morale and skyrocketing attrition at a time and in a division that are critical to the ability of Maricopa to effectively serve our students. We notice that a contractor has been retained to serve as interim chief information officer and are hopeful that he will be able to effectively manage ITS in this difficult period. However, we caution that high-impact changes must be done in keeping with district and employee group policies and should respect long-standing practice. For example, whenever possible, open positions should be competitively placed and internal employees encouraged rather than discouraged from applying. Each position needs to have a clear job description associated with it, and employees should not be left to wonder what their job is or to whom they report. Previously, employees and private citizens have called for an evaluation of ITS. We support that call and respectfully request that an independent external evaluator be brought in to objectively assess the situation in ITS, determine the legitimacy of employee allegations, and recommend steps for improvement. We also request that further personnel and organizational actions, both specific to ITS and those in other areas, be implemented in accordance with fairness, openness, and integrity out of respect to our students, our employees, and to the taxpayers of Maricopa County. On behalf of our constituents in ITS and throughout Maricopa, thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. The Vice Chancellor reports, Dr. Stephen Helfgott.
President Burke, members of the board, with Labor Day still ahead of us, it seems somewhat incredible, even to me, to be talking about the 2013 Heroes of Education dinner. But as incredible as it may indeed seem, we begin the run-up to Heroes next month. Thus, it's truly my pleasure to invite the members of the governing board, as well as the CEC, to our annual Heroes of Education kickoff reception. This year's reception will be held on Thursday, September 27th, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Sheraton Phoenix downtown, a new venue for us that will also be a new location for the dinner in the spring, in what they call the District Wine Bar. That's their district, not our district. But they call it the District Wine Bar on the lobby level. We will introduce our 2013 honoree and have the opportunity to network with business and community leaders from across the valley. Formal invitations will be coming to you shortly, but we hope you will mark your calendars now and join us for what will eventually take us to yet another successful Heroes of Education event in a new location and with some new elements. We look forward to seeing you on September 27th.
Thank you. College reports, Dr. Sherry Olson, South Mountain Community College. No?
I have an award.
Okay.
That's
Jerry, you need to present it now,
right now, rather
Yeah.
than.
because then it goes on the
Okay.
percentage.
Okay. Good evening, President. Can you hear me? I guess this one's on. Okay, we'll switch sides. Good evening, President Burke, Governing Board members, Chancellor Glasper, members of CEC, and to all of you in attendance tonight. Tonight, I am very proud to announce and celebrate the culmination of an extraordinary career in higher education. Tonight, we honor the accomplishments of Dr. Joyce Elsner. Over the course of her 33-year career in Maricopa Community College District, Dr. Elsner served in many different capacities as founding dean at Rio Salado College, as a vice president at Glendale Community College, a vice president at South Mountain Community College, and ultimately our interim president at South Mountain prior to my arrival. Dr. Elsner believed deeply in the role of the college within the community and worked countless hours to maintain a presence in college activities and the community-based events. She was an enthusiastic face of the college and interacted with local business and education leaders regularly to lead improvements in our region. She served on the South Mountain Village Planning Committee and as a board member for the South Mountain YMCA, and was even a trailblazer as the first female member and eventually president of the Glendale Rotary Club. On a national level, Dr. Elsner served as a consultant evaluator and an accreditation chair for the Higher Learning Commission for more than 20 years, beginning in 1987. And prior to her retirement in 2011, she was honored both as South Mountain's Woman of Distinction and as an Employee Recognition Award recipient from the Maricopa Community Colleges Foundation. But regardless of her capacity, Dr. Elsner brought with her a steadfast commitment to the success and well-being of our Maricopa students, and there is no better lasting tribute to Joyce Elsner than the last project to be completed under her watch, the community college library that we share with the City of Phoenix. Joyce oversaw the design, development, and construction of this beautiful new facility, culminating in its grand opening nearly 1 year ago. That shining structure and its seamless seamless combining of academic and public library activities have taken our college and our community to a new level. It is with great pride that I support and applaud the Maricopa Community College Governing Board with its decision to honor Dr. Joyce Elsner with emeriti status.
The tears are starting to flow. It has been an incredible journey to be part of the Maricopa system for 30-plus years. Yes, it was fun creating Rio Salado as the Dean of Alternative Ed. Yes, it was fun at Glendale and the 13 years I spent there. And most importantly, the wonderful time I had at South Mountain Community College. I am incredibly pleased and proud to have worked with so many wonderful professionals in this district. And I also appreciate all of the friendships I have made over the time. Thank you so much for this honor. It truly means a lot to me. Thank you.
It's a wonderful tribute, and thank you, Dr. Elsner, for your years of service. Well deserved. Thank you. The external community AADGB report. The AADGB meets on September 13. Oh, sorry, Dr. Bustamante. Yes, I'm sorry, I missed one. Rio Salado, Dr. Bustamante.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Burke, members of the board. Recently, the United States Department of Education, the Office of the Inspector General's Office, informed Rio Salado College of a 35-count federal indictment of 3 individuals in our community who are accused of various charges that include financial aid fraud perpetrated against Rio Salado College and Mesa Community College. And while contending with issues of fraud is not a pleasant topic, addressing it is a reality facing many higher education institutions in the country, especially those committed to open access as we serve our communities. As institutions and as a district, we are committed to our institutional integrity as well as the program integrity of the Title IV federal financial aid programs that many of our students rely on to fund their higher education. To that end, we have trained our staff to be vigilant when they suspect instances of fraud and to report it appropriately. The fact that we are talking about an indictment at all is a testament to the vigilance of our employees who followed the protocol established and who worked together in a highly coordinated and collaborative fashion between the district office, Mesa Community College, Rio Salado College, and the U.S. Department of Education, Office of the Inspector General's Office. It's my pleasure on behalf of Vice Chancellor Deborah Thompson, our General Counsel Lee Combs, and Dr. Pan to recognize members of our teams who worked together in a comprehensive, highly coordinated manner with federal authorities, which resulted in the federal indictments. Please join me in recognizing the following staff, some of whom I understand are in the audience tonight, and I would ask them to stand and be recognized as their name is called and remain standing. From Business Services at District, Kate Bankston, Carl Ward, Kevin Velasquez, Michelle Paul, Lena Shaw, Victoria Kubova, and Terry Nofke. From the Office of Public Stewardship, Teresa Toney and Tina Emmons. From the Mesa Community College, Ricardo Montano. There is Teresa Toney. You can remain standing. Ricardo Montano, Lucy Rayford, Janet Stenbakken, and Pat Pepin from Mesa Community College. From Rio Salado College, Calvin Fife, Jeff Anderson, Nancy Hudson, Laurel Redmond, our former colleague Holly Rouse, now works at Scottsdale Community College. Also Ruby Miller and Ryan Chase, who are Associate Deans at Rio Salado. To each of you, congratulations on a job well done and our sincere thanks for your vigilance and commitment to your work. So thank you.
The board is extremely proud that the employees were able to help to bring about this action, and we're extremely appreciative of what you've done. I just noticed Dr. Elsner leaving with his wife. I did not see him over there. Would like to have acknowledged him. But we're really pleased, Dr. Bustamante, with this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
The external community, the Arizona Association of District Governing Board members will meet on September 13, and so I don't have any report other than that. And the ASB report.
Just that next week is the annual law conference for ASBA, which I'll be attending, and encourage other board members to do so.
Okay.
I'd like to add, I want to thank the board for letting me go to the Arizona School Board Association Summer Leadership Institute in Flagstaff. And, it was an awesome job. I did send each member of the board some information that was provided that I thought would be relevant, such as cost or how much students get in each college, each school, including charter schools and grade schools per student, and the formula there. There was a really good presentation on the Common Cores by Dr. Susie DePez, the Assistant Superintendent of Mesa Schools. She reported on the 14 districts that form the consortium of the East Valley Consortium, and I was sitting with some West Valley school board members, and we thought we should see if our schools are interested in participating. And I talked to Dr. Ernie Lara, and he said, we do have a West Valley partnership, and so at an agenda soon, Dr. Lara is going to present on that. We're also, Dr. Glasper also is going to ask us to do a presentation on our participation with the East Valley Consortium. And this Common Core is going to change education. The schools are going to all have to agree on a curriculum that we do statewide, actually countrywide, and it requires a coordination with the colleges. So so they meet our standards of getting into college, and they think it's going to turn education around or change it dramatically. So we need to be participating in, and I'm glad the work that we have done. Dr. Maria Harper Marinek was also there, did a fine presentation at the school board conference. So it's our efforts to work with all the schools in Arizona, be more active in the school board association, thanks to the efforts of Dana, and then and bringing us all in on that. So we coordinated countywide and statewide with all schools, including charter schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Legislative update, none tonight, all right? And awards and recognitions we have done. So the agenda, we need a motion to approve the order of the agenda.
So moved.
Mr. Lum moves, Mr. Starr seconds the motion to approve the order of the agenda. Any discussion? Would all those in favor please say aye. Aye. Opposed, none. Motion carries unanimously. The consent agenda. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Mr. Starr moves.
Second.
Mr. Lum seconds the motion to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. The next item is the consideration of non-consent action items. And then business services, we have an approval of additional services amendment to consultant agreement with the Coyote Center at Chandler Gilbert Community College. Mrs. Thompson, would you care to comment?
Mr. President, members of the board, this bond project originally was focused on being an athletic center for the college, but in the course of proceeding through the bond program and thinking about the needs of the college and the college community, the college decided to basically downsize to some extent the athletic center and add enrollment services, a one-stop enrollment center to the location to help it serve students now and into the future. And in the course of making that decision, there is a need to increase the amount of budget for the design services that are needed, and that's what the nature of this request is.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve this? All right. Dr. Campbell moves. Mr. Starr seconds. The motion to approve a job order for contracting construction award for Phase 3 remodeling, no, wrong one, for the additional services amendment to consultant agreement for the Coyote Center at Chandler Gilbert Community College. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. The second item is the approval of a job order contracting construction award for Phase 3 remodeling at Rio Salado College Northern. Ms. Thompson, would you care to comment?
Mr. President, members of the board, this is one of the new facilities that the district recently purchased for Rio Salado College, and it is, as indicated in the title, the third phase of remodeling the building for the college's use.
Is there a motion to approve?
That's a move we approve.
Mr. Lum moves. Ms. Pearson seconds the motion for the approval of a job order for contracting construction award for Phase 3 remodeling at Rio Salado College Northern. Any discussion? All of those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. The third item is the approval of a job order for contracting construction award for interior improvements for Rio Salado College Dental Hygiene Program. Ms. Thompson?
Mr. President, members of the board recently authorized the purchase of 3 buildings directly across the street from Rio Salado College, and this is to have construction occur for the relocation of the dental hygiene program that Rio's operated for some time at another location that it needs to vacate.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve this? Ms. Pearson moves. Mr. Starr seconds a motion for a job order for contracting construction award for interior improvements for Rio Salado College Dental Hygiene Program. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. The second section is for Information Technology Services, an approval of the district-wide call center services. Mr. Cresswell, would you care to comment?
Mr. President, members of the board, is that on? Okay. Mr. President, members of the board, this is for the approval of call services to Perceptus for student and faculty support for SIS, MyMaricopa, the learning management systems, and also for financial aid for Rio Salado.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Lum moves.
Second.
Mr. Starr seconds a motion for the approval of a district-wide call center services. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. The next item is the approval of Enterprise Facility Scheduling and Event Management System, an upgrade for that program. Mr. Cresswell?
Mr. President, members of the board, this is for the upgrade of what is known as the R25 scheduling system to the Series 25 scheduling system. It has a number of major enhancements and also includes new hardware for that application.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Dr. Campbell moves.
Second.
Ms. Pearson seconds the motion for the approval of an Enterprise Facility Scheduling and Event Management System upgrade. Any discussion?
I'll just brief. We've had discussions on this over the last few weeks in terms of scheduling events outside of the normal classroom environment, such as athletic events, theatrical and music events. The thought being that if a citizen or a visitor to the Valley was looking for something to do, that they could go to one site and learn about all the different events going on during a time period in the college system. This isn't the answer to that, but I do think that that's something down the road that we need to pursue.
Has this been done internal or contracting?
Both. there's a component of it that includes some support from the vendor to implement some of the new software.
All right. All those in favor of approving this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. The next item is monitoring reports. For the budget analysis report summary, Mrs. Thompson.
Mr. President, members of the board, this is the first monitoring report for the new fiscal year, fiscal 12-13. Our spending patterns are similar to prior years, which is what we would expect. Most of our expenditures are in payroll, and people are paid every 2 weeks, so it's very similar in terms of percentage of budget. Similarly, revenue patterns are very similar to prior years. That's because our revenue collections are pretty predictable in certain cycles. And overall, we will meet our financial stability requirements that are set by board policy and expect a slight increase in fund balance at the end of the year.
Okay. Thank you. Our next meeting is scheduled for September 11, and it's a work session, and it will focus on job skills programs. We are the largest. I guess I'm going to get to that. Where's this meeting held?
Gateway.
At the Gateway Community College, right. We are the largest workforce development agency in the state. This will be a very exciting program, so I invite all of you to come to Gateway on September 11 for this work session. All right. Other than that, the meeting is adjourned.